What's going on, Comms 101 class? Let me talk about a life-changing event that has impacted my life. Um, uh, well, that would be the death of my great aunt, Shirley. She passed when I was 8, and up until that point, um, no one that I had known had died, and I had never experienced death firsthand. I knew that it happened, but I never really kind of just pushed it off to the side. Didn't really think of it as much up until that point. Um, we were very, very close, my family. She did live in New Hampshire. I lived in Massachusetts. It's a 3 hour drive. Um, but we still went up and saw her 3, 4 times a year. And she was a very loving person. We would do stuff with her. She was kind of old. Um, she, but regardless, she went out with us. She would eat with us. She would invite us over to her house. We'd have a good time. Um, but when she had died, I was actually in Daytona Beach, and I actually didn't hear about it until we got back. When I heard that, I wasn't really prepared for it. Never really knew. I could, I guess I had never really thought about death up until that point. I mean, I was only 8, but it really hit me hard, especially when the funeral came around. Because when the funeral came around, I mean, it was an open casket. I mean, it's kind of just, yeah. I mean, it just hits you hard. Um, Before she had died, when we were down in Daytona, I had seen her only a month prior. She was perfectly fine. And then we went out to eat with her. We went out to eat a lot with her. But a couple weeks after, like, she developed, it was like some abscess, and she I had never seen her weak up until, like, I mean, even when I never saw her um, on her deathbed or anything. So I'd never seen her in that weak state. I always pictured her as um, this strong woman who was very, very capable of taking care of herself. Um, but yeah, it was just hard for me up until that point. Uh, I wasn't really, as I said, I wasn't really prepared for it. Um, after the after we had her funeral and our attendance, it made me think a lot about life. And I mean, when we're young, I mean, we think, oh yeah, well, I mean, we know we're gonna die one day mentally, but I mean, we never feel it. But I mean, the in actuality, like, we all die. We're not immortal, you know. Um, yeah, I mean, my lesson learned was, I mean, appreciate the life that you have, and live it to the fullest. Do all that you can, and I mean, you just never know when your clock's gonna run out, you know. So that's what I got. Um, have a good day.